Hi, hello, my name's Dan, short for Nathaniel. Today, so Rose Inc. launched 6 new shades of her blush that I absolutely love. I have all of the original shades, but I picked up 4 of the new ones. So in total I have 10 now, which is crazy. I'm probably gonna end up getting the other 2 that I don't have because I have all of them, so why not? So the 4 new shades that I picked up are Hibiscus, Hydrangea, Wisteria, and Camelia. Here's Camelia. This is Hibiscus. Wisteria. And then the last one, and I think my favorite from the new shades, is Hydrangea. It's still a bit warm than what I would like, but I don't know. I guess brands just, they can't get that right. I really don't know why. I already have swatches of them all in my original review, so I'm gonna link that below. But really quickly, I just want to do a few comparisons before we get into the look. Oh, and I'm also gonna be talking about the skin enhancing serum from Rose Inc. So I have Heliotrope here, and I just want to swatch this. I know this is kind of like a fan favorite. So here's Heliotrope next to Wisteria and Hydrangea. It's pretty similar. It's like really close to Hydrangea. Hydrangea is just a little bit lighter and a little bit pinker. And then I also just want to include Ophelia. This is probably my favorite shade of all of them all together, including the new shades. Because it's the brightest. It's the brightest and pinkest shade. Yeah, it's like the poppiest shade. I really like this one. So good. But just so you know, I already love these, of course. They're some of my favorite cream blushes. I mean, I literally have 10 of them, so. But yeah, they're really, really nice. They're super pigmented, and I would say they're easiest to blend out really once you like warm them up. They're like a really plush cream texture, like very rich. During the first launch, I bought 4 refills and 2 of them in the compact just because they're like a lot cheaper in the refill form, and I thought, oh, I don't really need them all to be in compacts. And they definitely, like, as far as like refills go, this package they come in is actually not too bad. Like, you can close it, it's sealed, so you can definitely just keep it in these things. But I will say I do regret it. I wish I just had them all in the compacts because it just like looks nicer, makes me want to reach for it more. That being said, I picked up all of the new shades, of course, in the compact. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about the Rose Inc. Skin Enhanced Luminous Tinted Serum. So the thing with this, of course, is it has those pigment beads in there that kind of like burst as you blend it, which is very similar to the Water Fresh products from Chanel. So this is the new Water Fresh Complexion Touch. So I tried this first, actually. This is the newer version of their Water Fresh tint, and this has been sold out for quite some time online across like every retailer, but it just randomly came back in stock on Ulta the other day. So I was like, immediately, it was only the shade Light that came back in stock, so I just ordered it as quick as I could because so I have the lightest shade in this formula as well. And I've seen a ton of swatches of this shade compared with this shade. And actually, it's so weird because in the bottle, this looks much darker, but it's actually quite a bit lighter than the lightest shade of the new formula, which is just so weird. But anyways, ever since I've seen a bunch of different comparisons, I've been wanting to pick up this one because I loved this formula. And this came like at the perfect time. So I'm gonna kind of be comparing it to those as well. But for now, let's just start off with applying this. I have the shade 10, which is the lightest. So when you pump it out, it's like this. And something I noticed right away when I was swatching these in store is that the pigments in this are a bit harder to burst than the Chanel. The Chanel is just a little bit easier to kind of like get going. I'm just gonna start with my finger. So as you can see, you really don't get much coverage at all. It's more of just like an evening out. But it does give you a really, really nice glow. So I am going to go in with these Rose Ink concealers. I have 3 shades. It's one of my favorite concealers. But first I'm going to do a bit of like bronzing. I'm going to use M Cosmetics Terra. So I'm going to go in with LX20, which is like super peach. It's almost like a peach corrector. Okay, so on my hand, this is LX30, LX20, and then LX10. So with my finger, I'm just tapping on a bit of LX20. Then taking LX10. And LX30. So as you can see, the skin tint on its own, of course, is pretty sheer and natural, but you can really build with the concealers. They're super full coverage, and my skin still looks very skin-like in person, and luminous. I'm gonna set a little bit with Westman Atelier Pink Bubble and the Sonia G Inochige Pro. Now that I've powdered a bit, I want to go in with a contour powder. I'm gonna use the WakeMake Mix Blurring Volume Shading Powder in number 2 Soft Cool. I just did my review on this in my last video. Shakuda Angled Face Brush. I'm gonna use the Sonia G Base One. This brush is the only Sonia G brush that I didn't really like until recently. So what I've been doing is been using it with like all of my cream and liquid blushes, and I love it for it. It's so good with them. I'm gonna start with the Hydrangea shade because it is the lightest. I think of every shade that's out now, it's the lightest. So I'm just gonna take my brush, literally, just swirl it in there. Get it pretty saturated actually. I might have put too much. I might need to like go in with the sponge over, but. So I'm just gonna apply a bit here. So it's a very dainty, pretty neutral actually. It's not super warm, but I also don't think it's like exactly cool, like how they say. And it's just a very kind of soft flesh. Now I'm gonna take Hibiscus, it's like a bright plum, and I'm gonna use a different brush just, you know, so we don't contaminate. This is Rephr number 4. Not picking up quite as much as I did with the other brush. I think Hibiscus is going to be another favorite of mine. I just love, it is a very, just like one of the brighter colors. I think out of all of them, Hibiscus, Ophelia, Anemone is pretty bright as well. But Dahlia, which is the deepest shade, the deepest kind of red shade. This is another one that really packs a punch. See, it's very nice there. Here, I'll put Hibiscus next to it. So yeah, you can see Dahlia is definitely the most pigmented, and Hibiscus is of course a little more purpley pinky. For lips, I think I want to do Je ne sais quoi from Lisa. And then on top, I kind of want to try putting this Tender Mauve WakeMake tint. Let's see. think I'm gonna go on top of this again, actually, with Bungalow from Victoria Beckham. Going in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Revitalize 8-in-1 Primer Essence. I don't feel like my face looks dry, but I feel like because I have quite a bit of that concealer on, I just want to like put a little bit more life into it, even though it feels super comfortable. Taking some of Lisa Eldridge Pink Moon. You know what? Let's just add a little bit of Camelia too. Why not? Why not? We're just gonna be wearing a lot of blush today. I'm just gonna take some with my finger. This one's more of like a neutral, so I think it'll go good with both. It goes good with both of the colors that I already applied. So I'm just gonna go like here and there. For the eyes, I'm gonna use Monochromance by HINDASH. Love, love, love. Taking this little Rephr pencil brush into the dark side of Forever Inked. Taking this Bisyodo brush here. Rephr 27 into the lighter side. Number 3, Rephr brush. Jones Road, Jones Road's, oh fuck, I can't say this. Okay, the Jones Road Single Shadow in Chic with the Sonia G Lotus Builder. And then with my finger, I'm tapping on just a little bit of HINDASH Boy Tears. It's his liquid shadow. And then in the inner corner, from Divine Rose 1, the champagne-y glitter. Yeah, that just really like sends it, especially because with the Boy Tears, it's a little wet, you know, so this is making this one pop even more. From Isamaya, I'm gonna use the Rubber Lash Mascara. And for brows, Soft Brown Charlotte Tilbury. I think that's it, so let's zoom in and we'll go over my final thoughts and have some, you know, I have some comparisons. So let's start with the blushes. Of course, I love these. I'm probably gonna get the only two shades that I don't have, Daylily and Delphine, just because, yeah, I love them all so much. These are great. Super creamy, buildable, but also very pigmented. You know, you can kind of just customize it. If you want a lot of pigment, you can get it. If you want a sheer wash, you can get that. And there's a color for everyone. Still think they can use a lighter, brighter pink. Ophelia's nice, but if it was just a bit more cooler, like Surratt, Barba Papa, that's kind of what I'm chasing. And like every new blush that I'm trying is to find more versions of that blush. I just love that blush. But yeah, totally recommend these. If you're gonna get only a couple, definitely get it with the compact. It's just nicer. But if you want to try like a bunch of shades, the refills are an okay option. Again, it's nicer with the compact, but the refills, you know, you snap it into place. They're just this kind of little plastic bubble and it's fine, you know, it's fine. This skin tint I really like. Now, comparing it to the Chanel, I have to say I like both of these more than the Rose Ink. I just find that the pigment capsules in these are just easier to get to blend out and burst. I feel like you really have to work in the Rose Ink. I mean, not that it's like difficult necessarily to blend. It does blend easily still and is nice, but I'm just saying like these burst a little bit quicker. In particular, the newer one, the Complexion Touch, this bursts like really easily. You can get a really nice even application, which is important, especially because this has the most coverage. These have pretty similar levels of coverage. I feel like the Rose Ink has just a smidge, little smidge more coverage. Very minimal like difference there. Again, it just bursts better. I'm gonna swatch actually. I'll do swatches of all of them on my hand so you can just see. So hopefully you can see that there. Maybe I need to, here, I'm gonna turn the exposure down a little bit for a second. Okay, so the top one is the Rose Ink in number 10. This is the Water Fresh Tint in light. And then the bottom is the Complexion Touch in B10, I believe. So you can see the top two are pretty similar, and then the Complexion Touch has the most pigment and is also the darkest. Overall, I would recommend the Complexion Touch over both of those just because they have the biggest range and the most coverage. Even though it's still pretty light coverage, it just gives you a little bit more to work with than the other two, and they're all very luminous, hydrating formulas. I mean, but personally, I like the Water Fresh Tint the best, but I would like this more for me if it was just a little lighter. But in general, I recommend the Complexion Touch. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you like, okay, wait. Oh God, just brought my exposure back to normal there. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified every single time that I upload a new video. Follow me on Instagram, PrettyEarthAndGram, and follow me on Luminous so you're notified when I'm doing a live stream. Okay, goodbye.